Hey, what's up, you guys? So today I'm going to be showing you how I used Alloy 2 to mix this 2-track beat. So this is an older session. This is Voices by Scratch LDP. Now, I kind of recently bought Alloy 2 when it was on sale, and Alloy 2 is by iZotope, which you can see right here. But basically, I bought this plugin because I was really liking Nectar. So I thought, like, let me just kind of like really learn how to use this a little properly with stuff that I know has like a little bit of issues. So the one big thing with this plugin is that it's basically an all-in-one channel strip, or at least it's what they're trying to say it's supposed to be. And this has lots of cool features. It has a transient designer, a harmonic exciter, 2 dynamic sections that can be made to work in parallel. And you can move the routing of each individual thing to anywhere you want. It has a de-esser and a pretty decent limiter. So one cool thing that I really like about this plugin is that everything can be made multi-band pretty much. The transient designer can be multi-band or single band. The exciter can be multi-band, single band. The dynamics, multi-band, single band. De-esser can be broadband or multi-band. And the limiter is just a limiter that can be stereo linked or not stereo linked. Anyway. Basically, what I really liked about this was I was able to kind of like separate different elements of the mix and kind of do a bunch of really crazy over-the-top processing. And I think the results actually came out pretty good. So I'm going to play you this beat when all it has on it is a trim plugin, a little bit of corrective EQing, and then this Alex Hilton A1 stereo control, which is basically just turning all the low end into mono. And so I'm going to play this without Alloy, and then I'm going to play it with Alloy on. Cool. So to me, that's a huge difference. Now, one thing you might notice is that I did kind of tame the low end a little, and that's because the low end had this really long sustain, but this like dead attack. So the first thing that I did is I grabbed the transient designer, and since I already EQ'd it a little bit, I decided just to leave the Pro EQ 2, and I basically had the attack enhanced as much as I could really go without making it sound too like unnatural. Then I reduced the low end sustain, because it just lasted for so long that it was muddying everything up. Next, after that, I found this little frequency right here on the snare that is really just kind of like popping out way too much. And I brought that down by a lot, but I really like the way that it's sustained, so I kind of brought that up a little bit. And then on the high end, I really didn't like the hi-hats. Originally, I think they were just sticking out too much, so I just reduced the attack. Left the sustain alone. Next, we moved on to the harmonic exciter, and I did this in multi-band, is I kept the low end, in the middle, right here with the stereo width control. I didn't touch it, but I added a little bit of distortion at only at 33%. After that, on the mid-range, again in the snare area and more on the top end, I actually ended up spreading that out completely to the side. And what this does is Alloy's channel strip, when you do the harmonic exciter, you have this width control which can actually spread the harmonics that are being generated by the distortion to the sides to make it sound a lot wider. So what I did is I brought the mix down to like 55 and 66%, and I just had the width pushed out as wide as I could. Then I did a little bit of multi-band compression, and what I'm doing is I'm really just kind of keeping the bass the same volume and kind of compressing it and kind of keeping it like consistent while just taming everything else. And then I did a little bit of a broadband compressor just to kind of keep the little peaks a little bit kind of like intact, barely doing anything, maybe a dB. And then I'm doing a little bit of de-essing again with the hi-hat is, because I just found it was just really, really annoying. Last but not least, I was doing a little bit of limiting, and that was mainly just for keeping it the same volume. I found that I gained up a lot of RMS, so I wanted to stay at a consistent volume, and I'm barely actually tapping it. This little thing is just the meters, how they look. I'm actually only doing about 2 dBs of gain reduction at the most, I believe. But anyway, that's pretty much all the processing that I'm doing. Now, the biggest effect that I think this has had is on the harmonic exciter. So if I take this off and I play this for you, it's still going to sound pretty good, but then when I bring it in, you're going to hear a huge difference. So let's do that right now. So there you go. I mean, it's pretty simple. Actually, it's not really that simple in this case, unfortunately. In this video, it's sadly going to be kind of like a little bit more complex than it usually is because I'm doing so much and I'm doing it all in multiband. But I've been trying to keep this format where I've been keeping all my videos as short as possible because it's easier for me to edit and stuff like that. But if you guys want, I can easily go into more detail and more depth of what I'm doing. So if you guys do want that, feel free to let me know. But what I'm gonna do really quick is I'm gonna just like click through my settings and show you guys all the settings that I left everything at. Again, you should be able to see everything. You can see like how I did things and why I did them. This is all basic, like really, really just gentle, like nudging here and there, but it's doing it at a lot of parts. And that's because I found that this had like a lot of issues. It sounded good, but now it sounds way better. That's about it for this video. Let me know if you guys liked it. Let me know if you guys want me to go more in detail with it or want me to explore any specific things about this new plugin. Let me know what you guys want to see next, because to be honest, I'm kind of don't really know what I'm going to do next. I have a bunch of sessions that I've been recording and mixing, but I have to ask for permission if I could use those. So if I get permission, then I'll for sure do some stuff like that. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and that's it. Bye.